All right, we made it to our very last audio lesson slash lesson. It's kind of a sad thing to think about, but also exciting, right? So I always tell you the warm-up kind of directly relates to what we're doing today. And so the warm-up is we're multiplying a fraction by a whole number, right? And I want to remind you what this would look like if we made 15 into a fraction and we times 15 over 1, right? And then just another reminder for you, when we are multiplying two fractions, we can do some cross cancellation. We can also multiply 2 times 15 and 3 times 1 and then divide, right? And I'll show you that example as well. But we know that there's one group of 3 and 3, and there's 5 groups of 3 there. Now it's already simplified as far as it can go, so a simple cross cancellation can save some time for you, and you don't have to multiply big numbers together and then do a bunch of division at the end, which I like. So we have 2 times 5 over 1 times 1, and that would be 10 over 1, which would be 10. All right. If I wanted to multiply it straight across, I would say 3 times 8, 4 times 1, and multiply 24 over 4. But see, now I have a division problem I have to do, which is basic because it's a basic fact, right? So we know that 24 divided by 4 is indeed 6. All right, right here, this one you would see it'd be 6 over 1. I know that there is that 6 and 10 do not share any other common denominators besides 2. So there's 3 groups of 2 in 6, and there are 5 groups of 2 in 10. Right? So I have 7 times 3, 5 times 1, and we get 21 fifths. Now this is an improper fraction. We never leave it like that because we know that we reduce from now on, always, forever. And so I count by my 5s, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, oops, too far, 5, 10, 15, 20. So I have 4 whole groups and 1/5 left over, right? Cross cancel, we have 6 groups of 3, 1 group of 3, 6 times 1 over 1 times 1, right? So we have 6 over 1 equals 6. There are 10 groups of 3 here and 3 groups of 3 there, right? It's a faster way so you don't have to write it out like this, right? So instead of writing out this piece right here, you can just say over 1. It's a little misaligned, but that's okay. And so we have 50 thirds, again, an improper fraction. Now instead of counting by 3s all the way to 50, I would say, okay, well, I know that maybe 3 times 8 is 24, right? And 24 plus 24 is 48. And so I know that I would have 8 plus 8, 16. And that would be 2/3 left over, right? And you can always check that out. What's 3 times 16 plus 2, right? 3 times 10 is 30. 3 times 6 is 18. So we have 48. 48 plus 2 is 50. All right, way to check your math there. 4 times over 13. Now, if you're like me and you don't know your 13s, right, you would say, okay, well, 72 divided by 13 on a calculator does not come out even. So I'm just going to have to multiply this out. Sorry about the noise. Somebody outside's car is making a weird noise. 13 times 1. And then I say 288 divided by 13. It gives me 22 wholes. Alright, so 22 times 13 is 286. So I have 2/13 left over. Right? Or if you want to leave it in decimal form, in that case, be okay. Alright, so the key idea today is how can you find the volume of a pyramid? Right? So the volume V, remember capital V, of a pyramid is 1/3 the product of the area of the base and the height of the pyramid. Okay. I'm going to show you why it's 1/3, dude, because I read this morning. I was like, oh yeah, it's 1/3 base times height. And I'm looking at that right now and saying, why is that so? And so I did a quick little Google search. I love technology. Right. So he's showing you a pyramid, right? A square pyramid. It was on top of the square. Now, a rectangular prism, right, is just the area of the base times the height, right? But this is why it's 1/3. Fills up one pyramid, pours it in. Takes a second pyramid. See how that's 1/3 right there? Go back. Not far enough. Alright, so you see how one pyramid filled up 1/3 of the square? I'll show you. Alright, so that's 2 square pyramids. And bam, look at that. So 3 square pyramids fit into a cube or a square prism or a rectangular prism. Right? Alright, so that is why we do 1/3 base times height, because the volume of the prism, right, was just base times height, but we know that the square pyramid is 1/3 that, right? So we say that one of these fits into here, which would be 1/3. Okay. All right, so we're going to find the volume of the pyramid, and as you know, we always start out with the formula capital V equals 1/3 the base times the height. Now, if this is for our square pyramid, right, and we know how to find the area of a square and a triangle, right? But this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-sided shape. So it's a 6-sided polygon, excuse me, which would be a hexagon, right? Now I could show you how to find that formula, right? And it's just 3, 4, 5, 6, right? And it's just you take one vertex and we say, okay, well, how many triangles can we form out of it, right? And so we have 1, 2, 3, 4 triangles, and that would determine the area of that one, but we're not going to get into that quite yet. A little bit next year. So they gave us the big base, the big B, right? The area of the base, right? So we don't have to do anything to figure that out. Sometimes we will, sometimes we won't, but it will give it to you if it's not a regular square or rectangular or triangular base, right? And so we're going to go ahead and plug this in. 1/3 times 48 times 9, right? And this is millimeters squared times millimeters. So again, our volume will be millimeters cubed. And so volume equals, and this is where we can do some cross cancellation, or we can multiply straight across, right? It's up to you. In order to determine whether a number is divisible by 3, you add up the digits. So 4 plus 8 is 12. So you can count by 3s to get 12. 3, 6, 9, 12. Excuse me. And so we know we can cross cancel. right? So we have one group of 3 and 4, gives 1 left over, 18, and then 6, right? Just double check that. 3 times 6 is 18. Add the 1, 3 times 1 is 3, plus 1 is 4, right? And so now we can say, okay, well, now we have 1 times 16 times 9, and then 9 times 10. And see what I'm saying now? I'm just breaking it up. I'm saying 9 times 10 is 90, and then 9 times 6 is 54, so I don't have to do the hard multiplication, right? And so then I say, okay, well, 90 plus 54 is 144 millimeters cubed. All right, so we have we have a rectangular pyramid, and we have a triangular pyramid, right? So they're going to make us find the base on this one. And so we know that it's big B is going to equal length times width equals 3 times 4 equals 12. So now we have 1/3 area of the base times the height times 12 times 7, right? And again, making fraction, I can cross cancel, right? And so now I have volume equals 1 times 4 times 7. So 1 times 4 is 4, times 7 is 28 feet cubed. Right? So again, volume is the space inside of that shape. You can see here how they made the triangular base, and we can see that this would be the height, this would be the base, right? And this would be the height of the pyramid. And as you do more, you'll get more savvy at figuring out what's what, right? So we have to figure out big B, and big B is 1/2 base times height. Area of the base is 1/2 times 17.5. Excuse me. Yeah, excuse me, that's right. Times 6. Right? So this is where I grab a calculator as well as you probably. And we say 17.5 times 0.5 times 6. And we get 52.5. But we're not done yet. We need that. So come over here. Volume equals 1/3 base, area of the base times height. I'm going to use 10, right? Because 10 is the height of the pyramid. I'm looking at this. I think I'm just going to do a straight multiply it across and then divide by 3 at the end. So multiplying by 10 would give me 525. And then 3 would be on the bottom, right? So 52.5 over 1, 10 over 1, 3 times 1 times 1, 3. 1 times 52.5 times 10, 525. Decimal is one place value over. So, and then I would say, okay, well, 5, 10, 12, right? So I know this is definitely divisible by 3, but how many 3s? And we get 175 meters cubed. All right. Here is a couple for you to do on your own. I will push pause not to out the video. Go ahead and push pause yourself and give these a shot. Right, 3 examples that we just did, and remember that when you have something other than a rectangular or square or a triangle, they'll give you the value of the area. Right. All right, so I just worked out all these, and hopefully you gave them a shot on your own as well. Number 2 got a little hairy, right? Because 560 was not divisible by 3. So I just wanted to show you what we're actually doing here to get the 186 2/3, right? 2 2 was the remainder left over out of 3, right? We don't have a full hole to pull from right there. So we end up with 186 and 2/3 inches cubed. This is pretty straightforward. It gave us B, and the area of the base was 21 feet squared, right? This pentagon down here. And 126 was divisible by 3, so it goes to 42. Same thing over here. I found out the area of the base was the right label on there. All right, 63 inches squared. Use our volume formula, and we say that it is going to be 693 divided by 3, which is 231 centimeters cubed, cubic centimeters. All right, so real life example here. You might have seen something like this. This reminds me of, what was that store called? I don't know, they have a bunch of smelly stuff in there. They're always in a mall somewhere, but can't remember the name of the store. The volume of sunscreen in bottle B is about how many times the volume bottle A. So we have to figure out the volume of both A and B. All right, so A here. Volume of A, right? We have a base of 2 times 1. So we have 2 inches squared. So we have 1/3 area of the base times height equals 1/3. So that's ugly 3, but you get the point. Times 2 times 6, right? Because area of the base was 2, height is 6. So we'll say 1 times 2 times 6 is 12. 3 times 1 times 1 is 3. And so we end up with 4 inches cubed for volume of B. Volume of, I don't know, my B's and 3's are not working out very well today. Of, I guess I have to go slower. Volume of B, right? I'm just saying bottle B, right? So that's what the B stands for. That's what the A stands for. So we say 1/3 base times height equals 1/3 times the base over here is 3 times 1.5. Yeah, 4.5. I don't know why I just did that on the calculator. My brain's not working. 4.5 times the height was 4 inches. Right, so we have 1 times 4.5 times 4. Is 18. 3 times 1 times 1 is 3. So we end up with 6 inches. All right. So how many times more is the volume? So just imagine that this is not going to be a whole number, obviously, because these numbers are not going to equally go into each other, right? And so basically what we want to do is we want to say, okay, well, the larger one, volume B, is 6 inches cubed divided by the smaller volume of A, which is 4 inches cubed, right? So these cancel out automatically, right? So 6 and 4, right? So how many times do we make 4? Oops, not 4. 1. Group of 4. And we have 2 fourths left over, which would be 1.5. So we would say that it is 1.5 times the volume of A. Volume B is 1.5 times larger than the volume of A. Yeah, just divide. Right, so if we had 10 and 5, well, we'd say it's 2 times, right? Because 10 divided by 5 is 2. If it was 18 and 3, we'd say it's 6 times, right? Because 18 divided by 3 is 6, right? So which is the better buy? So you're buying this one for $9.96, and you're buying this one for $14.40. And so we just have to say, okay, what is it per one, right? So we basically want to divide the cost by the volume. For both. Okay. So bottle A, it's $9.96 for 4 cubic inches of sunscreen. So that's $2.49 per 1 cubic inch. Right? Remember these unit rates. And then we would have $14.40. I guess I shouldn't forget units. Over 6 inches cubed. And so I'd say 1440 divided by 6 equals $2.40 per 1 cubic inch. So we'd say that, which one would be our winner? Right? So what's the better deal? We would say that this one is a better deal, right? Because it's 9 cents cheaper per 1 cubic inch. Bottle C is on sale for $13.20. Right, this is one to do on your own, so you go ahead and push pause and check out the answers once we go. So I'm going to push pause right now as well. So, and the answer will be here when you come back. All right, so we had to figure out the volume, right? Because we had to divide cost by volume to figure out how much it was for 1 cubic inch. So that's 1 cubic inch, not square inches, right? I did that incorrectly. All right, so I'm looking at my volume. It was 6 inches cubed, right? And so I will come over here and say, well, $13.20 divided by 6, right? And I just showed you some long division so you know what's actually happening instead of just punching into the calculator. And we have $2.20 per 1 cubic inch, right? And so we say, is bottle C a better buy than bottle B? Right, so this is bottle C, right? And bottle B was $2.40 per a cubic inch, and bottle C is $2.20. So we would say yes, bottle C is a better buy at $2.20 per cubic inch. All right, a little extra ticket for you to do. I'll write the answers down, and then you'll be on your way. Happy math, people. Missed you. Bye. All right, so one last little blurb, just so you can check your answers. Didn't work out all the whole formulas for you, but put the answers in so you can check your work. And there you go. Have a great day.